What's up, everybody? Welcome back to some Minecraft 1.16. It's your good buddy old Zach over here, and today I am recording this intro from the future. Now, you might be sitting there on your comfortable gaming chairs asking yourselves why. Why have you done this? Well, let's get into it, shall we? Today's episode is all about building a slime farm, which begins here near bedrock underneath my base. But, as some of you may know, in order to build an effective mob farm, you have to control the mob spawns. And that means encouraging the mobs you want to spawn and preventing the mobs you don't want to spawn. In the case of this slime farm, that means lighting up all the caves in this area so that nothing else can spawn but the slimes right here. So I've done that. I've begun to light up the caves. And as you may have guessed, it went horribly wrong. But I'm not just gonna tell you about it. So roll the clip. Oh no, I can't believe I died so many times. That was way more trouble than I thought it was gonna be. I lost everything. All my good tools, my diamond armor, and my elytra. I'm such an idiot. But at least I've got some diamonds, so I can make some of those things again. I've sentenced myself to a few hours of grinding here at Enderbrine's Enderman Farm. Ooh. Don't try to say that too many times fast. Enderbrine's Enderman Farm, Enderbrine's Enderman Farm, Enderbrine's Enderbrine. Okay, we're done. But yeah, this place is pretty cool. Maybe I should show you how it works. So up here in that minecart is an endermite, which will spawn sometimes when you use an ender pearl. And the endermen love it, man. They want to get that thing. And because they have dumb little enderman brains, they think they can walk across those folded trapdoors. So they just, fall down into this pit. For me. To chop. When they get down here, they're at 1 heart from the fall, so killing them is pretty easy, but you may have noticed that my game sound is off. And that's because that when you get a lot of them piled up in here and you kill them, it sounds like this. Now with enough levels, the first tool I want to get back is my Silk Touch pickaxe, Smoothie Madness 2? Yeah, looking good. So I'm down here mining endstone to kind of pass the time, and I'm thinking to myself, maybe I should message Enderbrine and see if he would let me decorate the place while I'm farming. And I just heard back. He said, go ahead. So I've got a new idea. Basically, I just want to go along with the Enderman's black and purple color scheme and get some black stone and use what crying obsidian I have to make a few features. This is exactly what I was thinking. It's a little alien, a little bit like a dark castle. Either way, it's the perfect place for Endermen to congregate before they are viciously slain. Like now. All right, let's put mending on the sword and call it, oh God, what do I call it? I wasn't ready. Let's think D&D weapons. Holy Avenger. Yeah, that'll work. These are called the Suddenly Shoes. Oh my God. No one expected the shoes. We still need a lot of mending on other items. Oh, we got one more. Should I put it on one of these? Let's invest in this chest plate. Suddenly chest! Oh my. Okay. Oh my god, let's use this stuff. That was fun, but I'm ready to move on. I stopped for a second because I found this guy just wandering around up here. I think I'm gonna make him a little carrot shop. He's already been traded with. I gave him a new workstation because his was missing, I guess? It's kind of weird. You can be a nether carrot salesman. Well, that was a fun little creative tangent. And we now have Carl's carrots. Oh, sorry, bud. I need to go back and get some. Now that I've got everything back, it's time to go back to the caves. I think I'm gonna spend 2 more hours doing what I can, caving, lighting up stuff. And hopefully by then, the area will be pretty well lit. Enough that I can get a slime farm to work. I don't know, we'll see. Minecraft can be a really grindy game, but these 2 hours just really flew by. Not a bad bonus for all that time spent. 37 diamonds, a couple blocks of iron, a few blocks of gold, and some extra stuff. And I wasn't even really focusing on getting loot. That does feel good. Hey, excuse me. I'm trying to make a video here. 2 more caving hours down. And I think we've gotten stuff covered in one direction. Look at this. Yes, hello. Oh, so small, he's not even gonna drop anything for me. But hey, that's a good sign. That means we're actually getting drops or spawns. We're actually getting slime spawns here. Now I gotta decide if I want to continue to cave or actually get this thing built. I'm thinking maybe we just build it, see how it goes. So that means I'm up here just above the place where I was a second ago, and oh, hey, there's some more slimes up here. First thing I gotta do is a lot of digging. Pretty much this whole area, yeah, this whole place, I gotta dig all the way down. I've already identified that this is in fact a slime chunk, but if you are building something like this in your own world, you have to find that first. I used an online resource called Chunkbase, and it identifies chunks based off a seed. Now, if I press F3 and G here, it'll turn on the chunk borders, and so pretty much all the area contained inside this yellow wireframe is the area I have to dig out. Now, I do have to dig out a little bit more on these edges here, right over here. These 3 blocks are for a killing shaft, where the slime are going to jump down into a hole and die at the bottom where we can collect their drops. So I think I'm gonna speed ahead here till we've got most of this dug out. Oh, we are breaking through here. Right down there is where we started this episode. That means we're getting close. There's only a few more layers till we are exposing bedrock. That's super exciting. This has been a lot of digging. I know I didn't show you much of it, but it has been a lot of digging. I'm more determined than ever now. I'm just going. I'm digging. I'm so excited. I'm stumbling over my words. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. This is one giant hole. Wow. We are all the way down here at bedrock, which means we can move on to the next phase, which is, well, decorating the hole. Oh, yes. You didn't think I would dig a giant hole like this without a plan to do some sort of decorating, did you? I am a literal madman. If you don't believe me, take a look at this. 1 shulker box of mossy stone bricks and almost a shulker box of mossy cobblestone. Pretty much any time I've gotten bored of mining that hole, I've been coming over here to this little vine farm I've built and manually clipping away at all of these wonderful hanging vines. As I was digging, I kept thinking to myself, what is the slimiest block in Minecraft other than slime itself? And of course, the answer to me was the mossy blocks. So obviously that's got to decorate a hole where slime's going to be spawning. It just makes so much sense. So I'm going to finish collecting what I need here. and then it's on to decorating. I'd say that's looking sufficiently slimy enough. Now, I did notice that some slimes were spawning in the chunks next door. It turns out those are slime chunks as well, so I'm gonna have to mob-proof those. Let me grab my toolbox and a crafting table. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna turn the cobblestone I've gotten into slabs. Is there any other scaffolding in there? No, okay. I should just be able to build up right here. And if I'm lucky, yep, there it is. Yeah, so we'll just do a little bit of this business, and that should prevent any slimes from spawning on this side of my wall. Slab-tastic. Next, we're gonna have to put in a few things to make the slime farm actually work. Now, there's a ton of videos out there that'll show you how to build this in a little bit more detail than I'm going to. I like this video by Waddles that you'll find a link to in the description. For this, I'm gonna need to pull out my redstone box. And I don't have enough. We need powered rails. Good thing I keep gold in my wallet. This is a good time to reminisce about the days before shulker boxes. A project like this, building with all these different components, would be would be a pain. All right, so let's jump into the build. First thing we want to do is we want to build a minecart item collection track. And that is simply just a minecart that zigzags around with enough powered rails to keep the cart moving all the way across. Of course, you want to remember to start that track with a powered rail that runs into a block, because that will tell a minecart that reaches that point to turn around and bounce back the other way. You'll see the piece I'm talking about in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen right now, that little track right there. Next, we're going to sort of connect up the tracks. At least we're gonna run them towards one center point, because I wanna put a bubble column that will shoot the slime collected by the farm up to a chest near the surface. Now, I'm not the most redstone savvy player out there, and sometimes even building simple circuits will freak me out a little bit, but these are really easy, and if I can understand them, so can you. So first is an automatic dropper circuit. This will detect when an item has entered a dropper and spit it out into our bubble column. I've already dug a hole to the surface right between where my two pieces of track end here, so my droppers are gonna go right here and the column in the middle. Next, we are going to take a comparator and run it out of the dropper into a sticky piston, like this. And now we need two observers. One on the bottom faces the comparator we just placed. Boom. The second one goes on top and faces towards the first observer, so that when the sticky piston fires, they look right at each other. And that's it. That's the whole circuit. I mean, it can't get any simpler than that. Next, we want to make a system that holds our minecart in place while it unloads. I'm gonna put two hoppers that feed into our dropper and build the circuit right here. We're gonna take a comparator output from that hopper and run that into a block with a redstone torch on the other side. We're gonna place a block above the torch and a repeater in the middle and run that into another block. Now, I did one thing wrong on this side, and that is I forgot to put a powered rail on top of the hopper. But I got it right on this side, so I was able to test it out and move forward, fix the other one later. Make sure you put a solid block at the end of that track so that the minecart knows to turn around when the system has finished unloading. And it's always good to test out something like this, so I threw some carrots in the system and boom, there they are, right where I want them. So far, so good. Next, we need to put in the start of our bubble column, so we replace the dirt block with some soul sand and build up the walls around it. I always like to put in a little bit of glass with something like this, just in case if in the future something is broken, I can come and look inside and see where that failure might be. So I put down a water source block, and then I started to put some kelp into there, and I realized I totally did not have enough kelp to complete the whole column, so I'll come back to that part later. Of course, kelp turns water that's falling into a source block, and we need source blocks all the way up to make that work. Don't forget to take the kelp out later. So now we need a way to kill the slimes, and the easiest way to do that is with some magma blocks. So we're gonna fill in the area above our minecart with these hot glowing orange blocks. And I gotta say, man, do they look cool next to all the slimy, mossy blocks around them. It looks dangerous, it looks a little sinister. It honestly kind of reminds me of something out of Dark Souls, which just, I don't know, makes it even better. You remember that one level from Dark Souls 1 with the snake people that was like an overgrown temple? It was not a fun level. I died so many times falling off little tiny platforms. Speaking of platforms, the one I'm building right now on top is actually wrong, so just ignore that for now. Mobs can't spawn on bottom block slabs, or I don't know what people call them, but slabs placed on the bottom half of blocks. So in this room, I've slabbed the floor so that no slimes can spawn outside of our system. Torches down there wouldn't be good enough because, of course, slimes spawn in any light. We don't want anything down there. So now I gotta rip out this platform and build it at the correct height, which is block height. I put normal size blocks on the edges for just the look of it, and then slabs in the middle, flush with the top of the block slabs, if you will, because mobs can spawn on those. And then, of course, we lit this area up with torches, so no skeletons, zombies, or spiders will be able to spawn. I'm starting to put in the next platform here, but then I realized there's a very important part of the system I hadn't touched yet, and that is digging a little cell on the side of the wall right over here where we can put an iron golem. Slimes hate iron golems, and just like the Enderman from earlier, they will run towards them, and they're kind of dumb, so they will fall right onto our magma blocks where we want them. There he is. It's the first golem in place. I don't know why I like how this turned out so much. I had to give him some artwork to look at, you know, because he just, he's staring at the walls. That's better. See, he loves it. So at this point, I pretty much just have to put in cells for all of these iron golems going pretty far up. I may not fill this whole space in with platforms just yet. Oh, what is this? A gift from Enderbrine. Oh, thanks, dude. Oh, that's so kind. Man, you've really helped me out this episode quite a bit, dude. I'm gonna have to get you something nice. There is something oddly satisfying about just placing blocks in sort of a random fashion. I've been kind of doing like a strip of mossy cobblestone, you know, just sort of layering it in. And then every so often, just one bit of cobblestone that hasn't been taken over by slime. Oh no! Step forward, dude! I got you! All right, he's good. Guardian number 2. Also a connoisseur of the arts. I decided to come back up to the surface to see if this thing is working, and check it out, there's a slime ball bouncing already. It must mean that something already spawned on these, right? I think so. Oh, there's more! Yes, it's already working! I should probably go ahead and get a collection system set up so I'm not losing resources while doing other things. It's really exciting when you get to the end stages of a project like this and you just know everything is working. Hello, gifts from the depths. I really should have thought through what my plan for a collection area would be. I guess I just need to, I just need to put something here. All right, so unless I'm just being totally dumb, which is always possible, I think I just need to put a source block here and another source block here, which should push any items over. Top that off so they can't shoot up. I guess now I just gotta wait for a slime to appear and hope it does what I want it to do.
A few moments later.
Oh! That looks good, right? Yeah! It's all jumpy for some reason, but it made its way into the chest. So the water pushes it over on top of the hopper just enough so that that thing can collect it, and it flows right into the chest. Cool. I've been working on the slime farm so long, I've really stocked up on some carrots. Let's go pay Carl a quick visit. Carl! Dude, I brought carrots! What's up, my man? Nice. I can actually afford another mending book. Should I grab 2? Of course I should grab 2. I'm gonna create a new shovel. It's called Mega Scoop. Yeah, sure. Now on to repair Smoothie Madness. It's horrible every time. We've done so much this episode. We decorated this place. We dug a giant hole for a slime farm. We put up tons of mossy blocks, a few platforms, and a bunch of iron golems, and built a little collection system. Oh, and I almost forgot Carl's shop. I'd say this was a success, but I've already spent so long on this episode that I think I think it's time I say so long for now. Did anybody else see that coming before it happened? Anyways, bye everyone. Bye everyone. Bye everyone.